Hello. Got a very, very exciting show. Just trying to get set up and get ready. It's an echo. I'm seeing an echo. I don't know if this is. I don't know. Hey, just trying to get set up, y'all. We're gonna be going live here. We'll be live on Facebook already, but we will be kicking off in about 5 more minutes. So thank you for tuning in. I'm just here getting all my notes together for a very interesting show this end of the month, Thursday, May 30th. So we're almost at the end of May. This year is just going by so fast. And so thank y'all for coming in and hanging out with me before we kick off. But we got a very exciting show. We're going to be talking about some things that are going on around our community. One of the big topics we're going to talk about tonight is the proposed solar farm that's wants to come to Hinds County, and hopefully we can get some live callers to call in about it and talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about graduation as well. We have another graduation coming up tomorrow, so we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to also give a legislative update, a little brief legislative update as to some things that happened. And so it's going to be a very, very exciting show. I do not have a guest this evening, and the one and only Ms. Brittany Bowman is away. She's away on business this week, so it's just me and Handyman here holding it down. But we're going to do our best to keep y'all entertained this evening, and we're going to do our part. Hey, tell me who's tuning in. Tell me who you are and where you're from. I see we got some people coming in here. So I definitely want to know who you are so I can send you a very big shout out. And once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in each week and coming on and just, making our show a great show. So it's very, very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm just trying to get everything set up. I got all these screens and stuff open. Yeah, there we go. How did anybody do anything interesting for the holiday for Memorial Day? I know somebody had to cook some good food, or barbecued, or did something. I actually ended up barbecuing. My kids talked me into doing it. I was planning on resting, but they weren't gonna have it, so ended up barbecuing, and it was pretty good. Yeah, we got about 3 more minutes here. And I don't want to go into too many details about what we're going to be talking about because I don't want to spoil the show. And so just got a lot of things going on. You have a lot of things going on in the city and in the county right now, and also in the country. As we know, Donald Trump was found guilty on how many? Let me see here. He found guilty on 34 counts. So 34 counts and found guilty on all 34 of those counts. And so now it's just not sure how things are going to transpire and how that's going to work out. But from what I've been told, he still can run for president. And so, like I said, I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. One question that we have now is, will he be able to vote since he's going to be a convicted felon? And laws are different in different states. And so he's a resident of Florida. The way Florida law works is it depends on the state that your conviction was in. And so in New York, you can vote as a convicted felon. So I think he may be able to vote, but we're not really sure. I'm not sure. I'm not in my field expertise. But, we did a lot of work this last session as far as restoring voting rights for our people, that were convicted felons and things of this sort. And so right here, this just shows we need to really work on the restoration of our rights for people, because everybody should have the right to vote. If you convicted and you go to jail, serve your time. After you get at your voting rights should be restored. Now, let me tell y'all something I found out. I did not know. So if you go to jail and you're in jail and you have not committed one of the disenfranchising crimes, you can actually vote from jail. I did not know that you could vote absentee from jail as long as you didn't do one of the disenfranchising crimes. That's here in Mississippi. So I found it very, very interesting. As I had no idea, but I just recently found that out. And so, y'all, we coming on up. Just hang on in there. We got about 1 more minute, and we're gonna be launching live. There we go. All right, y'all, get on in here. Get on in here. Got some good stuff going on. Miss Pamela Tillman, that song was for you. That's your song. Where all my JSU fans at?
6 o'clock. Well, every Thursday comes in with 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Your reliable representation with your Representative Favorite Nelson. And it's now time to go to Studio B. And your host, Representative Favorite Nelson.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, District 66. Good evening, Jackson, Byram, Terry, Raymond, Utica, and good evening, Hinds County. It is great to be back in Studio B. I have been out of the studio for 2 weeks now. I was traveling the week before last, and then last week I had some things to do. I had to go do a legislative update for the city of Byram at their Board of Aldermen meeting, and so I had to broadcast from home this past week, but it feels great to be back in the studio. The energy here is just so good. And of course, it's always good to be spending time with my man, the one and only handyman. Miss Brittany Bowman is out. She's out of town on business this week, just a businesswoman. So I'm here by myself holding it down, but we're going to try to do the best that we can do with what we have. And good evening to you, Ms. Darlene Wilson. Ms. Darlene, is always a pleasure. How's everything going out there in Utica, Ms. Wilson? And so we love our listeners and we love our viewers. Now, this evening, we got a lot going on, a lot to tackle, a lot to dissect. So where shall we start? So what we're going to do is we are going to be taking calls. Unfortunately, we couldn't take calls last week since I was broadcasting remotely, but we're going to be taking calls today. So give us a call. The call-in number here is 601-948-5950. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this topic out and I'm going to move on past it. And I want people to call in and weigh in on it. So as we all know, there is a proposed solar farm. They're proposing a solar farm for Western Hinds County. So I want to say Bolton, Raymond area. It's going to be 4,000 to 6,500 acres. And I want anybody out there listening that has some feedback on this, please feel free to call in so we can educate our listeners as to, the ins and outs, maybe explore the pros and cons of a solar farm. That call-in number is 601-948-5950. So we look forward to y'all calling in, and we're going to pivot back to that when you call in about the solar farm. But I'm very interested about this topic and to see how things are going to go. I know it is highly opposed. They had hundreds of people showed up to the zoning meeting. What was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday? They had a zoning meeting and hundreds of people showed up and opposed it. So it ultimately ended up them not voting in favor of it. They didn't even vote for it. But what's happening is it's going to go before the Board of Supervisors on June 17th for a vote to see if they can get this done. So we're going to move on past that. Once again, call in number 601-948-5950. I want to hear from you about the solar farm and how you feel about it, and just get the conversation going, because I think we need to talk about these things, especially things that are going to be affecting our communities, because it's all about what our people want. It's all about the people in the community. It's not about what I want. It's not about what the energy company wants. It's all about the people, because y'all are the ones that own Hinds County and all surrounding areas. Before we get too far into the show, I just want to take a moment and offer condolences again to the Welch family. Attorney Crystal Welch, Mrs. Vicki Welch, and Mrs. Ida Thomas Welch. These were the three ladies that lost their lives about 2 weeks ago, and they had their funeral service today. And we just want to ask that the family, we keep the family in the prayer, in our prayers. I'm sorry. I knew Attorney Welch. She was just a ray of sunlight, a ray of sunshine. She was just such a great person. We say gone too soon. So I can truly say, she definitely was taken away from us too soon. Another thing about Attorney Welch is she was very instrumental in the. I'm sorry. She was very instrumental in the flag, and getting the flag changed here in Mississippi. So she worked for the ACLU. She did a lot of y'all dropped some of her. I'm sorry. She dropped some. So yeah, she was very instrumental in getting our flag changed back when they were having that debate and that fight. And so we really appreciate her. She was one of our unsung heroes. She kind of did a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but her service was greatly appreciated. And we did get a proclamation from Mississippi House of Representatives, to give to her family, and just as a tribute, and let her, to let the family know that we are forever grateful to everything that Attorney Crystal Welch, did for us. So please, let's keep the family in our prayers as they're, dealing with this and processing it. And it's going to take some time. When you have one death, it takes time, but when you have, multiple deaths in your family, that's going to take even more time. So our thoughts and prayers are with the Welch family, and they will remain with the Welch family as long as they need them. All right, so let's shift on a little bit forward. I want to talk about something that I've been getting quite a few calls and a little bit of traction on. And so we have been having a lot of auto burglaries in the city of Byram in several of our neighborhoods. And so people just been coming by neighborhoods and just going in people's vehicles and taking things. And so I had a few people reach out about it. And so I actually had a conversation with the chief of police, Chief Arrington, a few days ago. And I just said, Chief, hey, what are we doing to combat this? And what tips or pointers can we give people, to kind of keep them from being victims? And now this applies to everybody, not only in Byram. This is everywhere. So I'm just going to give y'all some quick tips. So make sure that you lock your vehicle every night. Anytime you go home, a day, night, whatever, make sure you lock your vehicle, because he said that 95% of the auto burglaries that are occurring, they are being reported that the vehicles were left unlocked. Tip number 2 is do not leave cash, purses, electronics, and other valuables in plain sight. If possible, remove them from your vehicle. Don't even put them in your trunk. If you're at home, take it in the house, because a lot of times people are looking and they'll see something. They'll try to break in when they see that. Number 3 is don't leave your keys in your vehicle. And a lot of people, believe it or not, a lot of people do that. A lot of people leave them in the vehicle. They'll put them under the sun visor or in the glove box. So please don't leave your keys in your vehicle. And the final pointer or tip is, if you have porch or exterior lights near your driveway, leave those lights on before going to bed. Because if you have your light shining on your vehicle, people are going to be less likely to come and try to break in, because they're going to be afraid of being seen. Another good thing to invest in, if you don't have it, is you can go get those Ring cameras, those Ring doorbell cameras. Those are good investments, or any other type of camera system. It's one, I saw these when we were out campaigning last year. I don't know the name of the company that has them, but it was like they have cameras, and when you get close to the house, it'll make a noise, like it'll whistle and kind of let you know you're being recorded. So something like that would definitely defer people from committing auto burglaries. Because when we talk about auto burglaries, these are basically crimes of opportunity. And so they'll just literally go around and just check doors to see if the doors are open. And so we do those few things, I think we'll be in a better position. Now, also, I did ask the chief, I said, Chief, that's great that we're going to have these tips to give to our people. But what is it, are we doing anything from the standpoint of a police department to help our citizens? And Chief told me that what's happening is they are upping patrols in the neighborhoods that are getting hit the most. And so we're going to see an increased presence in these neighborhoods to kind of deter, crime. Please, everybody, stay alert and report any suspicious activity to the Byram Police Department. So if you see somebody suspicious outside, don't go approach them and all of that. Just call the police and let the police know and let them deal with it. And so, y'all, let's do all of those things, and we're gonna work together to make this the best and safest summer ever. And so I hope those tips can help. I'm going to actually get this posted on my Facebook page so that everybody can see it. Hey there, Pamela Shields. How you doing? Look, you snuck in on me. I didn't even see you. Thank you so much for tuning in, Ms. Shields. It is always a pleasure to have you join us. And you are truly a hero to Byram. I appreciate all that you do. I appreciate you for being vocal at the board meetings. And I have not forgotten about you with the Aldi's. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, the grocery store. But Aldi's, I think is how it's pronounced. And so have not forgotten about you. We need to continue to push for that. I think that would be a great investment for Byram. I think we may have to get the population, the traffic count may need to be a little bit higher, but that's something we want to explore. But that's what it's all about. It's all about listening to people in the community and getting things done based upon what the citizens are seeking and what the citizens are wanting. Because I'm gonna tell you, we have some smart people here in Hinds County and District 66. Y'all help me out with a lot of things. I have problems and issues, and y'all help me solve them. And one thing, y'all are not shy about calling me and saying, hey, I need this, I need that, or did you know this, or did you know that? And so I appreciate y'all for definitely, reaching out and keeping me informed as to what's going on, because, hey, I can't do it all, and I don't know it all. So I appreciate learning from each and every one of you. Now, let's see. So yesterday was a very, very exciting day. And I wonder if anybody knows what happened yesterday. Probably not. So what happened is, you know what? Let me make sure I'm getting my days right. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure I'm getting it right because it's been so busy. The days have been kind of running over each other. So yes, I'm right. Okay. So I couldn't think if it was yesterday or the day before. I've been so on the go. So yesterday was a really great day for Mississippi House District 69. So it's Representative Grace Butler Washington's district. There's a celebrity that lives in House District 69, and his name is Mr. Bobby Rush. And so yesterday, Ellis Avenue was renamed as Bobby Rush Boulevard. And we went out. It was the energy there was amazing. Just seeing everybody there and everybody able to, talk about Mr. Rush and the contributions and things that he's done, that he's given us. And I've known Mr. Rush, well, I should say he's known me ever since I was a baby. But so my whole life I've known him, and he's always been the same person, one of the most humble people that you'll ever meet. And with Mr. Rush, like, he doesn't say no. If you call him and say, hey, we need you to help with this and need you to help with that, he is going to always show up. And if we had just a handful or more people around Jackson with that spirit, Jackson would be a much better place. But Mr. Rush, we appreciate you. He's been performing over 70 years. He's 90 years old and he is still performing. I mean, he goes, y'all say I go a lot, but Mr. Rush, he goes way more than I do. Internationally, he does a lot of shows and things right around the state of Mississippi, southern states. So he goes all over the place. So Mr. Rush, I just want to let you know that we appreciate you, and we are truly honored that you chose Jackson as home, because Mr. Rush was actually born in Louisiana, lived in Chicago for a little while, and he decided to come and settle down in Jackson, Mississippi. And so he's been in Jackson, Mississippi, over 30 years. I think they say maybe 38 years or more. And so thank you for making Jackson your home. And he said something yesterday that really, actually, there were a few things that were said yesterday that stood out to me. But one thing that Mr. Rush said when he got up and he spoke, he said, this Ellis Avenue is now Bobby Rush Boulevard. He said, y'all, please keep it clean. Please keep the trash away from it. Please slow down. And so that shows like his spirit. Here he is. He has gotten a street named after him. And he's taking so much pride in it. He's asking people to keep it clean, take care of it. So he's just a remarkable person. And one of the speakers yesterday, I cannot remember which one, but said something that really resonated with me. And I want to say it was Mayor Lumumba. If it wasn't Mayor Lumumba, I apologize to the whoever the person was. But he said that, in renaming this street, as we rename, buildings, streets, and things of that sort, we need to make sure that we're renaming them after a person that has contributed to society. We have to be forward thinking. And so with Bobby Rush Boulevard, that was so fitting because of every single thing that he's done. And he's not only, an artist, he's a community activist. I mean, he does a lot of stuff in our community. Like just last week, I saw he was at one of the schools, talking to the children and, playing a harmonica for the children. I was very happy that we were able to honor him at the state capitol in the House of Representatives. We presented him with a resolution, and a resolution is the highest civilian honor that we can give from the state legislature. And this is a resolution that has to be voted on by the House and the Senate. So this was voted on unanimously by both chambers. But we presented him with a resolution. He came to the Capitol, and it was just a great day. He came, he got his resolution, he spoke and played a little tune on the harmonica about the garbage man for us. And people really enjoyed, having Mr. Rush in the Capitol. He has united us with music for such a very long time, and we're forever grateful for that. So circling back around again, everybody, we were talking about the proposed solar farm that's going to be coming to Western Hines County. It's Bolton and Raymond areas, about 4,000 to 6,500 acres. I want somebody to call in that knows a little bit about this. Call in line is 601-948-5950. Definitely want to get some feedback and get some things out to our listeners about it. I know that there's been a lot of traction on Facebook about it and people that oppose it. So, hey, if you oppose it or you support it, now's your time to, speak to the people and let the people know, what's going on with that. I'm not an expert on solar farms. I don't know much about them. I know a little bit about them, but not enough to sit up here and talk about it. So I'm hoping that somebody can come in and kind of enlighten us and school us a little bit on it. All right, so let's move on down the list. All right, so I hope that everybody had a good and safe Memorial Day. And a lot of times we get Memorial Day and Veterans Day confused. So I just want to tell everybody the difference. So Memorial Day is a day that honors those soldiers that went and fought for our country, put the uniform on, and never came home. That's what Memorial Day is. It's for people that gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Now, Veterans Day, that honors all of our veterans, people in the military and people that were formerly in the military. So I just wanted to clear that up because some people, don't really, don't understand the difference in those. So I think that's very important that we let people know the meaning and significance of each day, because those are two very important days for even our veterans are important. They have put their life on the line to ensure that, we can remain free and to protect us and our families. So we appreciate all of our veterans. Now, since I have been out of the studio, I haven't been able to talk much about Mother's Day. So I hope, and I want to tell all the mothers out there, I know it's a little late, but better late than never, but happy Mother's Day. I think I did it when I was out of the studio, but since I'm in the studio, I want to say it again. So happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. I hope that y'all had a great day. I hope your kids and families took very, very special care of all of y'all. And I do want to push forward because we got a day coming up, ladies. We have Father's Day coming up June the 16th. So y'all, let's do this. Let's make Father's Day a little bigger than Mother's Day this year. Can y'all do that? Can y'all give us that day? So June 16th will be Father's Day. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be here, with my children for Father's Day. I'm going to be traveling. So I feel some type of way about not being available and being here with my kids. This will be the first Father's Day that I've spent away from them. But we will do virtual Father's Day or something. That's one of my favorite days, by the way. And I think we might have a caller. Oh, no, okay. I thought it was a call on the line. So yeah, so Father's Day, June 16th, 2024. I am excited for it. And when I get back home, we're gonna have to really have a big Father's Day celebration. Now, as everybody knows, graduation season has been upon us and it is finally concluding. So we're coming to the conclusion of graduation season. And so tomorrow, Forest Hill High School graduates at 2:30, and the graduation will be at the Coliseum. If you plan on coming, try to get there 30 minutes early to get a good seat and then get a good parking. I plan on being there to support Forest Hill High School Patriots because that is one of the schools that is in District 66, and we are proud of every single one of our graduates. And I'm gonna get on that a little bit later because I want to share some things with y'all from some of the graduates, the people that graduated. Now, moving forward, I have a letter that I received from the Mississippi Department of Mental Health, and I kind of want to read this to y'all so people know what we have going on. So it says, Dear Representative Nelson, on behalf of the Mississippi Department of Mental Health, I would like to thank you for your continued support of Mississippians who have mental illnesses, substance use disorder, and intellectual and developmental disabilities. The additional funding for the upcoming fiscal year will allow us to open the new forensic unit at Mississippi State Hospital and continue serving people on the IDD/DD home and community-based waiver in their homes and communities instead of institutional care, and address some of the increase in continued operation at the 11 state-operated programs who provide services 24/7 to some of the most vulnerable Mississippians. Legislation passed this session will also help improve the civil commitment process for people who have a mental illness and avoid them waiting in jail. This is a milestone for our state. And so just want to dissect that a little bit. I think we talked in the past about mental health funding here in Mississippi being less than 1% of the state's budget. And we see that we're having a mental health crisis here in Mississippi. So we really fought to make sure that we could give the Department of Mental Health a higher appropriation than we have in the past because we really need these programs. You know, something else that's happening, which is what was mentioned in this letter. You know, we have a lot of people that are, that are awaiting, are in jail, in jail right now. People with mental illness that are basically waiting in jail due to a lack of beds being available, in our mental health facilities. So this funding is going to help all 11 state operated programs. And so it's going to help get the people out of the criminal justice system that are just sitting there waiting on beds. And so I'm excited about that, as well as we're going to be able to, we're going to open up a new forensic unit at the Mississippi State Hospital. So this is a huge day. It's a very big day for the state of Mississippi and, in mental health. This is something that we don't talk about as much as we should, but we're seeing mental health on the rise, not only in Mississippi, it's nationwide. And we got to start, and I want to also thank you, Dr. Wendy Bailey, the Executive Director over at Department of Mental Health. It's been a pleasure working with you, and thank you for your support of House Bill 1137, Dr. Bailey. That was the bill that, I'm sorry, not that, Mrs. Bailey, I'm sorry. But that was a bill that expanded access to Narcan. So to Ms. Bailey, thank you. We really, really appreciate you. But back to what I was saying. When we talk about mental health, it's running rampart all across the country, and so we got to normalize the conversation about around mental health. We got to make it normal and okay for people to go to therapy and go get counseling. Ms. Shields says, I'm so glad to hear that it is very much needed. Ms. Shields, I agree with you. And so we got to normalize therapy being okay, because every last one of us can use therapy with the things that are going on in the world. This isn't the same world that we had 20, 30 years ago. Things have changed so much. When we talk about social media has really impacted our lives. Smartphones have impacted our lives, the lives of our children. One big thing that has really impacted people is COVID. We're still dealing with a lot of mental health issues that are lingering on from the COVID pandemic. And when we shut down for a year, 2 years, and people in the house and isolated for that amount of time, it really messes with your mind. Our children, in particular, as we can see, with our kids, and I've spoken with several teachers that say that they're having the hardest time getting our children back on track, since they're back in the classroom. And so, mental health is something that we really have to talk about more. And I'm going to continue to be an advocate for mental health. We have to start at the base of fixing our problems. I mean, we can give all the money in the world to all of our state agencies, but if we're not taking care of our Mississippians on the basic levels, then we're not going to get anywhere. So, Wendy Bailey, thank you. That's the letter. Thank you for the letter. It's always great when we get these. Throw this out. It's always great when we get these letters from state agencies after we've done things for them. It's always good to get the letters from them and let us know that our efforts are working. Because I know that we had more money in the mental health budget. I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to be used or how it was going to be appropriated. And so, since the executive director sent us a letter, now we know what's working. And so when we go back in session next year and the Department of Mental Health needs a little more money, we have a track record. We can say, look, they can say, well, we did this with the money last time. We're good stewards of the money. So, that's absolutely a good thing to hear. So a lot of people have been asking me, how does it feel to be out of session and finally have some free time and time to yourself? And my answer to that is, I'm actually busier now than when I was in session. So I find myself running more than I was when I was in session. The thing about being in session is pretty much you get up, go to the Capitol, spend your time up there, then go home. And so it kind of restricts what you can do. But now, since we don't have like a certain time we have to be at the Capitol, but we are required to work 9 days each month. And so we can do those 9 days at the Capitol, or we can do them out in our district. And so since I'm not tied down to having to be at the Capitol every day, I'm finding other stuff to do, and people are finding other stuff for me to do. And so pretty much I just been getting back in the community again and just trying to see, what's going on in the community. I'm looking around to figure out what my legislative priorities are going to be going into the 2025 session. And look, once again, we are taking calls this evening. Phone number here at the station is 601-948-5950. Please give us a call and let us know what's on your mind. And so back to what I was saying, being out of session, it allows me to be back in the community to figure out what's going on. I'm also working on my legislative priorities as to what I'm going to be spearheading and what initiatives I'm going to be taking up. Of course, there will be appropriation pieces that we're going to be working on. Some of the projects that I didn't get this time, we're going to work on these projects again. One project that I was really, really fighting for was it was brought to me by one of my constituents, Mr. Glenn Odom down in Terry, Mississippi. And he brought to my attention that they don't have a fire station, servicing their homes. And so the county owns land on Midway and Owens Road for a fire station. They just need the building. So we have the trucks, we have the land, we just need the building. And so I asked for an appropriation request for it, and it didn't go through this session, but we're going to go back in next session and fight for it. Another thing that we're doing right now, we're looking at alternative funding methods. And so we're looking at different grants that are out there that are available. I know in Byram, we just got a new fire station number 2, and the taxpayers didn't pay anything. It came from the COPS grant. And so we're looking around now to see if there is, and we know that it is, we just have to find it, but we're looking for alternative funding to be able to get that fire station off the ground. And ultimately what would happen is and this is my vision now. So, but the volunteer fire station that's in Byram, that one will be actually moving to the new one that we're going to get built. We're going to go ahead and claim it. So we're going to relocate that one to the Terry area, because now we have fire station number 2, which is right around the corner from the volunteer fire station. And so that would be an empty building ultimately. And so it's going to be up to the city of Byron to decide, what to do with the empty building, when it happens. And it's my hope that they say, hey, we're going to put a community center here. So I think that would be perfect for like a community center because it's right by Davis Road Park. Now, mind you, this is just Fabian Nelson speaking. So I hadn't talked to the board about it, hadn't talked to the mayor. I'm just giving like, what my vision, what my vision is. And y'all see my mom is calling me I'm on the radio. Here we go. Hey, you on the air, Mom? What you want to say to the people?
Oh my goodness! I didn't know I was on the air.
Yeah, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody, and I thank the people of District 66 for taking care of my baby.
What's going on with you up there in Yazoo City?
Yazoo City is quiet. The weather's nice. We don't have any bad weather, so everything is okay.
Okay, that's good. Well, it's nice, but it's not as nice as District 66.
No, District 66 is the best district in the state because they're taking care of my baby.
Y'all hear that, everybody? Yeah. All right, look, I'll make sure you go ahead and tune on in. I'm gonna call you when we get off the air.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, y'all know that was Mom calling to check on me. I guess she forgot that I was on the air, so I had to let her get on the radio. So she made her radio debut today. But yeah, back to the fire station. So yeah, that's like I say, that's not that's just what my vision is, and that's something I probably would talk to the board about when that time comes, as far as repurposing that building for a community center or something of that sort. Another thing with the new fire station, and so this is what's going to happen. Since we now have another fire station in Byram, people that are serviced, so like Big Creek Road area, once this fire station gets their rating, your insurance will go down. I'm say our insurance because it'll be servicing me as well. I'm about less than 5 minutes away from it. And so what's going to happen is once they get their rating letter, you can submit that to your insurance company, and when you give it to the insurance company, that will lower your homeowner's insurance. And so I have spoken with our interim fire chief about it, and he told me he's working on getting that letter. So once he gets that letter, I am going to make that letter available online so that y'all can go online and print it out, or if you need me to mail you a copy of it, I definitely make sure. All right, there go my mom. She tuned in. Hey, Mom, how you doing? And so once I get that letter, I'm gonna make sure it's uploaded online because I want everybody to be able to make sure that they're getting a discount on their homeowner's insurance. Because my homeowner's insurance just went up this year. Every year it goes up, and so I'm sure other people are in the same dilemma. Another thing that's happening in Byram right now is I don't know the rating that we are right now, but we have a good rating, but we're a few points away from a better rating. What happens is, in order to get a better rating, we need a ladder truck. So we do have one ladder truck, but it's not operational. And so I'm finding a funding source to get another ladder truck, because once we get that ladder truck, our rating will get better. And once the rating gets better, everybody that's serviced by Byram Fire Department will have lower homeowners insurance. And so I feel like this is it's definitely a good step in the right direction. And I'm going to continue to fight for this volunteer fire station, because not only is it good that it's going to be saving people money on their insurance, because it's not always all about money. It's a safety issue, because if you're out there, you can lose your whole home. If the fire, if it's not a fire department close by and a fire truck can't get to you. So from a safety standpoint, we want to make sure that we can get that station out there. And I spoke with an insurance broker, and I just asked him, I said, hey, can you tell me roughly, we looked at some of the properties in that area, and I said, can you tell me roughly, like if we were to get this volunteer fire station, how much difference can they see in their premiums? I was surprised. He said they will see a 20 to 40% decrease in their premium. And so that's a lot of money. So if you're talking about a 20% decrease for every $1,000 you pay, that's $200. So If it's a 40% increase for every $1,000, that'd be $400. So that's a substantial savings. It's not like we're talking about $10 or $15. And so we're going to continue to fight for that, getting that done. Once again, the phone line is dead, but I want somebody to call in here to the station and tell us how they feel about the proposed solar farm that's coming to Western Hinds County, Bolton, and Raymond. Call-in number here at the station is 601-948-5950. And remember, when you call into the Reliable Representation Show, there is no right and there is no wrong answer. We listen and we talk about it, but it's always good to get everyone, other people's insight about things. That's the way we move forward, is, listening to each other and working together. And I'm kind of curious to learn a little bit about this solar farm as well. Now, as I said earlier, we're talking about graduation. And so graduation season is almost gone. So we will be, my last graduation, so the last school in my district, which is Forest Hill High School, will be graduating on tomorrow at 2:30 at the Mississippi Coliseum. So what I want to do, I want to do something different. I want to, as y'all know, for the past 2 weeks, I sent out letters to a lot of our graduates, people that graduated high school, preschool, it doesn't matter. But I allow family and friends to go on my website and request congratulatory letters. And I asked them to share their story of their graduates. And so what I want to do is, I have a few of these stories that I want to share with you. Let me get it up here. And so I have a few of these stories. So I'm going to just tell you the name and a little bit about them. And if you know any of them, please make sure you let them know that we're proud of them. And so we have Taylor Ross from Byron, Mississippi. And so Taylor is graduating from Meridian Community College. And guess what? Taylor is going to be attending Tougaloo College on a soccer scholarship. That is absolutely amazing when our students are able to go to school on a scholarship and not have to worry about student loans. I made it to the big house and I was there cheering y'all on. Y'all played a great game and we're proud of you. We're proud of Terry High School. We're proud of, like I said, we're proud of the boys and the girls. All of our athletes we are very, very proud of. Let's see, moving on down. Now this one right here, I am very, very, very impressed. So this is Dr. Amaya Ray Connor. So I'm going to just read this. So Dr. Connor is a 2024 Doctor of Pharmacy graduate from Xavier in Louisiana. And she is from Terry, Mississippi. Representative Holloway always says something about Terry, Mississippi. Said the grass is greener, the skies are clearer, and something else. I can't remember what it is he says. I'm about to learn it though. But she's from Terry, Mississippi. And not only, what's so impressive is not only did she complete her PharmD, but she is a dual degree graduate from Regis University with a master's in healthcare administration with 2 degrees at, y'all would not believe how old she is, 2 degrees at 23 years old. And she will be traveling after graduation. She's going to be completing a fellowship at Howard University in Washington, D.C. in health equity via pharmaceuticals. And so, Dr. Connor, we are very, very proud of you. I love seeing those stories. When I saw it, like, wow, we really have amazing people in District 66. The next up we have is going to be Corey Chapman Jr., and he will be graduating from Forest Hill High School on tomorrow. Mr. Chapman, we are very, very proud of you. And so let's see a little bit about Corey. let's see, he completed Nissan's first internship, the FIRST internship with Jackson Public Schools. He is the section leader in the Pride of Forest Hill band, where he plays the baritone. He is a current National Guard member, and he is a native New Orleans. And so he's from New Orleans, and he's here in Jackson. He came to Jackson, he was in 4th grade. And after he finishes basic training, guess where he will be going to school? Y'all see my face lighting up. He will be attending the one and only I Love Jackson State University and majoring in electrical engineering. And so his career goals are going to be designing electric engines for Nissan. So, wow. Corey, we are very, very proud of you on all of your accomplishments. And I see that, yeah, you want to be an electrical engineer. That is a great field to go in, and you want to design electric engines for Nissan. There's a high demand for electric vehicles right now. As y'all know, when we first opened our legislative session this year, we had a special session where we actually brought the second largest economic development project to the state of Mississippi, which is a manufacturer of batteries for electric vehicles. And so I say that to say that was, I think it was about $2 billion. I can't think of how many $1 billion investment that is. I think it was about 2 to 5 billion roughly. But if a company is investing that kind of money, that lets you know that the future is going to be electric vehicles. And so, Corey, you're not going to have any problem finding a job, young man. And so keep on doing what you're doing. I see you're a current National Guard member. Thank you for, for serving. That's very remarkable. So we appreciate you. Let's see. The next one we have is we have Mr. Devin Alexander, which is he's graduating from Terry High School. He's a Byram, Mississippi native. We also have Tiana Anderson, and Tiana Anderson will be graduating from, guess where? From I Love Jackson State University. I'm not sure what Tiana is majoring in, but look, it doesn't matter. Tiana went to the right school, Jackson State University, so we're proud to have another Tiger coming back on the District 66. So let's see. Next one we have is Mr. Jalen Fell. Well, he will be graduating from Forest Hill High School on tomorrow. And a little bit about Mr. Fell is he is Mr. Senior at Forest Hill High School. He is in the top 10% of his class graduating. He is the Pride of Forest Hill drum major. He's in the JPS All-City first chair, William Carey Honor Band first chair, and he was the Patriot baseball captain. So he was the captain of the Forest Hill baseball team. Y'all had a really good baseball team this season. And so, Jalen, I'm looking at everything that you did in high school. How in the world did you find the time? You were very, very active in high school. But that's really great that, you really took full advantage of the things and the extracurricular activities that were offered at high school. And these things are paramount, into shaping your future. So Jalen Fell, we are very proud of you for your accomplishments and so proud of you for being the top 10% of your graduating class. And that's a huge honor. That's a big deal because Forest Hill is not a small school. I'm not sure how many are in your class, but it's a pretty large class. And so we're proud of you for coming on out of there and being in top 10%. All right, got another District 66 person. She's from Byram, Miss Amanda Dunning, and she's graduating from Hines Community College, and she was a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. I'm a Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society alum as well. And so, Amanda, we are proud of you on that accomplishment and completing Hines Community College. Now, let's see here. So we got another rock star from Byram, Mississippi. It is Jaden Harper. Jaden Harper graduated from Terry High School last Tuesday. Yeah, last week. I think it was last Tuesday. But Jaden, he played on the boys basketball team all 4 years. And this year they finished in the semifinals. This was the first time that Terry High School made it to the big house in years. And check this out, y'all. He received 5 athletic offers. And he has decided, and he's going to be furthering his education on a full athletic scholarship at Itawamba Community College. So, Jaden, you have a good time up there in Itawamba. I think Itawamba is in North Mississippi. I can think of, is it Fulton? I can think of the city that it's in. But you're going to be a little ways from home. And so, great job in being out there on the basketball court for 4 years, dedicating 4 years. And Terry has a really good basketball team, so we definitely appreciate your efforts there. Next up, we have Mrs. Alicia Lee, graduating from Mississippi State University. And she was on the dean's list and received her Bachelor's of Science in Psychology. Very, very good field. We were just talking about mental health, so that's great. We need more psychologists. Next person we have up is another Terry, Mississippi resident, Mr. Aiden Stamps. He's graduating from, well, not graduating from, he's graduated already from Terry High School. And so he will be attending, and y'all, I ain't even got to tell you, you hear the excitement and you see the smile on my face. He will be attending the one and only The I Love Jackson State University. Mr. Stamps placed in the 4x4 in state track and field, and he's a BBR contender for 3 years in a row. And so congratulations to you, Aiden. And I know that you're going to have a great time over at Jackson State University. It's a great school. You made a very, very good choice. And y'all, once again, the phone lines here are open. You want to call in 601-948-5950. We would love to hear from you. If you want to send a shout out to a graduate, please feel free to call in and highlight your graduate and let them know how special they are to you. Next one we have up this is our youngest of the bunch. It's Banan Williams from Jackson, Mississippi. He is a very smart 5-year-old, and he is graduating from We Care in Byram, Mississippi. So, Banan, we are proud of you, young man, and we look forward to great things from you as you embark on your academic journey. All right, next one we have up, another Byram, Mississippi resident, is Mr. Jalen Williams, and he is going to he's getting promoted from Byram Middle School, so he's leaving 8th grade, and he's on the way to Terry High School. Terry High School, I hope y'all are ready for Jalen Williams. He will be there before you know it. So Jalen, you know what? Give it your best. Continue to be great. Study hard, and I promise you these would be the best 4 years of your life. So you can do it, young man. All right, so we have another Byram resident, Jalen Jameson, graduated from Mississippi College School of Nursing with an accelerated BSN and finished with a 3.15 GPA, which was the top 35% of nursing school cohort. That's a huge deal for nursing school because on the BSN program, that is not easy at all. And so that just shows your dedication. I know you're going to be a great nurse with you've shown your dedication by maintaining a 3.15 GPA. So congratulations, Jalen. Next up, we have, let's see here, Tamorian Smith, graduating from Provine High School. I think Provine has had their graduation already. If not, it might be tomorrow, but I think Provine graduated already. But he is in the Pride of Provine band, and he will be attending Mississippi Valley State University in the fall. That's a great school. I got to say that because that's where my mom went to school. That's the only reason. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Mississippi Valley State University is a great school. I actually considered going to Valley before I went to Jackson State. I was really eyeing Mississippi Valley State. There's some great teachers there, great faculty, great people, great community. And so I know that you're going to definitely enjoy being up in the Mississippi Delta after leaving the big old city of Jackson, Mississippi. We have another Provine high school graduate. It's Sania Wade. And so congratulations to you. Got two people leaving out of Forest Hill High School. Perfect. All right, moving on down. We're gonna move on to a little further south in District 66. We're gonna go down to Utica, Mississippi, where we have Jaden Martin graduating from Raymond High School. So Jaden, congratulations on your graduation from Raymond High School. And I want to send you a big congratulations from your state representative, none other than Stephanie Foster, Representative Stephanie Foster. Representative Foster loves Raymond High School. She loves the students out there. So I think it's safe for me to say congratulations on her behalf as well. And then let's see. Okay, we have another Utica. So we have our Kayla Martin graduating from Mississippi College, and she's from Utica. And I'm thinking that it may be brother and sister, it may be some relation there, but congratulations, Kayla, upon graduating from Mississippi College with your bachelor's degree. And let's see. So we're oh wow, we're still down in Utica. All right, so we have Quentin Earl Jones leaving Utica Middle School. And so let's see, what did Quentin do? So Quentin has been on the AB honor roll and made overall in the district football also medal ribbon, and was able to go to Clarksdale, Mississippi to play in the All-Star game. And where they won one and lost one second year in the trio, and he's in the trio program, at Hines Community College, and will be attending Raymond High School. So that's really great. I'm already doing things at Hines Community College, going into high school next year. And so congratulations to you, young man. We have another, let's see here. So we have, we're going to move on back over to the east side of Hines County, back over to Terry, Mississippi. Want to send a huge congratulations to Libby Martin, that's graduated from Hines Central Academy, and will be attending Hines Community College in 2025. And so we are so excited for you. I'm not sure if they meant 2024 or 2025. Nonetheless, we are very happy for you. And, we love to keep our students right here at Hines Community College. My son that graduated from Terry High School, he will be attending Hines Community College in Utica. The next person we have up is Michaela Terry, graduating from Forest Hill High School, and was an All-American cheer. And so we're so happy, so proud of you. And I think I got a few more here. Let's see here. So we got Anna Arzette, graduating from Terry High School and is a resident of Terry, Mississippi. And that's the last one. And so graduates, I just want y'all all to know that we are very, very proud. All right, my mom said congratulations to all the graduates. So I just want to let all of y'all know that we are very, very proud of each of you. High school graduation, like out of all the graduations that I've gone through, when I was graduating from high school, I remember it was a lady from Yazoo City, Miss Melanie Dennis. She told us, she said, your high school graduation is your most important graduation. And I looked at and said, it's not, how is the most important one? It's just a diploma. We can't do anything but go to college with it. And she said something that sticks with me to this day. She said, your high school graduation is your most important graduation, because this is the first time that the public is seeing you have really haven't been accomplished in something. And by you graduating the first time, the second one, the third, fourth, fifth, it's not going to be the same. And Melanie, you were absolutely correct. And so I don't want any of our graduates to take this as not being a big deal, because it is a huge deal, your graduation. So cherish this moment. You're going to always remember it. And you got to think about it. When you graduate from high school, that means you worked very hard for 12 years to be where you are. It's not that you just came in high school and did 4 years and graduated. You have 12 years that you work towards getting to where you are. For those that are going to college, great. Going to junior college, great. Those that are not going to go to college and enter the workforce, great. It does not matter what it is that you do. It doesn't matter what you go to school for. If you're going to go to school and take the technical route, do HVAC, do electrical, do whatever it is that you want to do. That's fine. Never let anybody tell you or try to sway you and tell you that what you're going to college for is not good enough, or you can't make money doing that, because you're responsible for your destiny. We see so many people that allow, and I'm going to say people, we see so many of students that are going to college, and they're going to college to do what mama and daddy said do. But you got to do what your heart is set on doing. Some people frown upon technical degrees. Some people say, you don't need to go and do, the HVAC program. You don't go do truck driving. They say don't do that, but no, we need people in every single field. And I'm gonna tell you, there are guys that are electricians and ladies and gentlemen that are electricians, that are truck drivers, HVAC people, welders, all of these technical fields that have these degrees. And guess what? Some of them make more money than doctors, attorneys. They make more money than your blue collar professionals. And guess what? They don't have high student loan debt. And so they've gone and they found something, because if you find something that you like doing, when you love doing what you do every day, it's not work. And so when you find pleasure in it, it's not like you're going to work and you're going to excel in it. There's nothing like getting up, going to work every day to a job that you don't like, being in a career that you don't like. So you have to do what's best for you, and don't let people tell you don't do it, or you're not going to make any money, because you are responsible for your destiny. Doesn't matter if you're not going to college right now. Some people say, college isn't for me. If you don't want to go to college, hey, that's fine. If want to take a little time, maybe get a job and work a little bit, you can always pick back up and go to college. So don't let people beat you down and tell you that you're lesser than because of the decisions, that you're making. You want to make sure that you're making the right decision that works for you and your family. Now, I do encourage every single person to go to college. I think it's a great thing. So I'm not discouraging people from going to college, but I'm telling you that if that's not in your repertoire and if that's not what you want to do, that, hey, it's okay for you not to do that. But I would encourage you to go to college, because I promise you, there is something that you can do. There's a program, a field of study that you can pursue in college. And my story about when I went to college. So when I went to college, I had no idea what I wanted to major in. I'm just going. And so I bounced around several times until I found out what it is I wanted to do. And the funny thing is, what I ended up doing professionally, I didn't even need a college degree for. And so my background is in real estate. I went and got my real estate license when I was 19, got my broker's license when I was 21. And so I literally, when I got my license, it was a 1 month course I was able to take and paid the money for the course, took the test and got my license. And so what I'm saying is, had I discovered this in the beginning and gone straight to real estate school, I wouldn't, be owing over $100,000 in student loans. And my degree is in biology. Well, I have an MBA as well. And so I say that to say is, you got to follow your passion. You got to follow your heart. Don't listen to other people. You could take advice from other people, but do what is best for you and do what's going to work for you and your family. If you, didn't go to college in the past, and, you're 40, 50 years old and you say, hey, I want to go to college, guess what? It's never too late. There's always room. There's always time to go to college. And so you can go back. But another thing I want to encourage people to do, we're running out of time here. And so, like I said, there's something for everybody. People might say college is not for me. It's nothing I want to do. I want to challenge you to go and check out Hinds Community College. When I was first elected, they invited us out to Hinds Community College to I think we got a caller handy. Let's see. Hold on. Handy. Okay. I think I could look. We got a caller. I'm trying to see if we can get this call to come through. But one thing, when I first got elected, one thing that we did is, I think we had a call. We had a call coming through. They may have come. Hey, caller, if you can, please call back. But when I was first elected, they invited all of us out to Hinds Community College for a day where they showcased all of their technical programs and academic programs. And when I tell you, they had so much stuff I didn't know about. They had agriculture program, they had a drone program. So it's something for every single person. Y'all, the conversation was just getting good, but unfortunately, we are running out of time. And so I'm gonna see Handy may let me. He may let me get this call. So I'm gonna see if we can get this call. And all right. So I don't know what's going on, but we're running out of time, y'all. As always, it has been a pleasure spending time with you. Want to ask that Ms. Brittany Bowman has safe travels on her business trip. She was I talked to her earlier, and she was out trying to put some in the GPS to go to the store. And I told her, I said, now you know you're not gonna be able to get out there and drive in 6 and 7 lanes of traffic. And so please pray for her that she's safe on the highways and byways while she's up there traveling around. We need her to come back in one piece for us next week. Now I will be mobile next week, and because I'm going to be, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So I won't be in the studio, but we'll be at the same time, same place. Y'all take it easy. Handy, you can take us away. All right, we appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. And like I said, we'll see you same time, same place here at 90.1 WMPR and streaming on all social media outlets. And we're going to try to unpack this solar farm business just a little bit more. Y'all take care. And until the next time, love yourself, love each other, love your community. And don't forget to love your favorite representative, none other than Fabian Nelson. Y'all take it easy. Have a great rest of the week and weekend.